Team Malar Pandas, and so my name is Diego Rodriguez.
I'm Diego Argueta.
I'm Yu Yu, or you can call me Michael. I'm Yao Yao, call me Chris.
And so we were working with Samsung to develop a mobile phone application on the Android platform utilizing NFC. NFC stands for Near Field Communications. It's a short-range wireless communication medium. It's an extension of the RFID. And so with this new technology, we developed a sort of restaurant application. So for example, say you're going to your favorite cafe restaurant and you notice you're the 8th person in line. So it usually takes about 2 minutes to make an actual order, so you'll be standing there for about 15 minutes at least. So not only is it a waste of your time, but it's also a waste of the restaurant's time as well, because they could be putting that person to use at making the actual orders. And so let's see what happens in this kind of scenario. Napkin notes. It consists of two parts: the client side, which we just showed you in the video, and also the restaurant side, which will be further explained further down in the presentation. So the Napkin Notes application, one simply taps over an NFC card to establish a connection with the restaurant. And then after doing so, they are able to browse the menu and make an order. And from there, you can receive notifications that your food is ready and actually eat your food. So Chris will be explaining the two different scenarios that we have for our client.
Okay, so before we delve into our client-side app, so let me first explain the two different kinds of establishment our app is actually targeting. So the first one is the cafe scenario. So imagine you're dining or eating at a cafe. So you enter the cafe, all you see is a long line, or maybe not that long line, but you probably need to wait tens of minutes. Although your actual order might take only less than 2 minutes. And after you make your order, all you can do is waiting somewhere else until your food is ready, and then your name will be called. So that's the situation at a cafe scenario, and there isn't that much actually interaction between the customer side and the restaurant side, and that's what we show actually in our video. So the other establishment would be the local restaurant. So imagine you're eating at a local restaurant, and you have to wait to be seated, and then after you get seated, you will be offered a menu by the waiter or waitresses, and yeah, you will also be offered a menu from them. Also, you have to make orders from them, right? And after you make orders, there's actually some interactions going on. So you sometimes need to call them over to maybe to serve your needs. For example, you might ask for water or napkins or any kind of services. So these two differences are quite different. So that's why our app actually consists of two combination of features. The first part being the common features shared by two scenarios, and the second part being the specific feature to each scenario. So right now, Michael is going to explain the features in detail.
So here is the overview of all the features that our app provides. So just take a look. So first, swiping. So as you enter a restaurant, you can swipe your Nexus phone against the NFC tag placed in that restaurant. So after the single swipe, you're connected with the restaurant so that you can start to interact with the restaurant. And that is very fast and easy because you don't have to type in, for example, you don't have to type in the URL by yourself to get connected with the restaurant. And then after you swipe in, you can start to browse the menu in the restaurant. And also, you can, so this is a feature that we designed specifically for helping people to filtering out the menu items they are reviewing. So the first time you are using the app, you can set up the kind of food ingredients you may like or you dislike by clicking on the like or dislike button, like similar to Facebook experience, but not really. Yeah. So after setting up your food preferences, when you're browsing the menu, you will be able to see your food preferences indicating the kind of dish or that you like or dislike. For example, there's a tiny green box over there, and it means that you may like the dish because you like chicken. You set up in the food preferences like saying that you like chicken. And also we have micro reviews, which is that you can read or write the reviews for a single dish in the restaurant. And you guys may be wondering why we need that feature because there are already Yelp that have the review for the restaurant. But the problem of Yelp is that the review is just too general, so that after you enter the restaurant, you don't even know which dish is good in this restaurant and which is bad. So that's why we have this micro reviews function that helps you get more understanding about the menu in general. And also, of course, you can make orders like what you see in the video. And so food notification is a feature that we designed specifically for the cafe scenario. So before using the app, whenever you go to the cafe, after you finish ordering, you will have to wait in the restaurant for a while to get called when your food is ready. But with this feature, you can just, after you order, you can just go away and do something else. And then when your food is ready, the restaurant will send a notification to your phone so that you know when to go back to the restaurant to grab your meal, which is great. And finally, it's a service request. So in a traditional way, when you want to call a waiter over, you have to raise your hand like, on Skype for a long time. And with this feature, you can simply click on the button to call the waiter over, and also you can type the message to send to the waiter. For example, you can type like order please, and then click on call waiter, so that the waiter will bring a order to you.
Okay, so our app has some features that will give the customers a whole new dining experience. So if you're eating at a cafe, there's no need for you to wait in line anymore. And if you are eating at local restaurants, you don't need to wave your hands to call the waiter over. So the waiter can be serving more people at actually a fixed time, and which actually makes the labor cost fee maybe less. And also for the reviews part, right now you are able to only to review to see the reviews that the review items that you're interested in. So these three features are unique, and there is no similar app or similar product that's currently on the market that offers these three features. So we believe these three features, and there's including some other features that our app offers, will give our customers a better, a faster, and a more convenient dining experience. So right now, so before Michael and I give an introduction to our client-side app. Right now, Diego A is going to talk about the restaurant side.
All right, so up until now, we've just been talking about the client side of our application, which is the program we have installed on your Nexus S phone. Now, the other half of that is the restaurant side, where they're going to need to be able to communicate with you to let you know that your order is ready, or see your orders, and other things like that. All right, so this is just a screenshot of what the restaurant side interface looks like. It's very basic. This is home page. You can customize it with the name of your restaurant and other features which we'll show you shortly. So there's three major parts to the restaurant management interface. The first is the menu editor, which you see down here. It will allow you to change your menus, update prices, change descriptions, add or remove menu items, and other things like that, so you can keep an up-to-date menu that your clients will see in real time on their phone. The second part, which is on the right over here, is the order manager, which will allow you to see what clients are making what orders, which table they're coming from, the quantity, and you'll be able to see that all in real time, so you can acknowledge your orders, and once they're done being cooked, you can tell that that specific client that their order is ready, so they can come pick it up, or so that they'll know that a waiter is coming with their food shortly. And the third feature is the service request monitor, which you will be able to see what service requests are coming from what tables, what they need, so you can send a waiter over to deal with whatever they need. And so that's just a quick summary of what Napkin Notes can do for you. So for the client side, you'll be able to make orders a lot faster, spend less time waiting, and more time eating or doing other things that you need to do if you're in a rush. And for the restaurant side, you'll be able to provide faster and more customizable service to your clients, and you'll also be able to potentially save labor and utility costs. So for example, if going again with the cafe scenario, so let's say 3 people order a mocha with the Napkin Notes system. So because the orders are coming in relatively quickly, you'll get those orders, within a few seconds of each other, and so you can make those 3 mochas at the same time. So not only do you get the mochas back to your customers faster, but you can also save on time spent making those 3 orders and coffee filters and other supplies like that. So you'll be able to save money through labor, time spent servicing the customers, and on any supplies you're going to be needing. So